Hi there, welcome back. So in this video, we'll see how to create bar charts. Before that, let's understand the process of getting until here in a real-time project. So there are various steps involved, starting with the requirement gathering phase in a real-time project, wherein your business analyst or your manager or your superiors will discuss the requirements with the client first. And there are a few iterations that happen. There's a feasibility analysis stage wherein we assess the requirements and see if it is feasible to incorporate those requirements within the given time in this specific platform or not. So, after all that is done, we come up with a design. Now, there are two ways by which you can do the design. Either you do it by yourself, you propose a design using the sample data, or sometimes there are UI UX designers as well who create a prototype in Adobe or any other designing tool, and accordingly they share the design with the client, which undergoes a few iterations according to client's requirements. But that prototype clearly specifies which matrices need to be used, which charts need to be used, what should be the color palette. And once that design gets finalized, you start doing the development. There is a specific time involved if you are in a agile setting, especially in which you have to deliver the specific dashboard. It varies project to project as well. So I won't talk much about this. If you want me to cover this, I can create a separate video wherein I can tell you the overview of how this process actually takes place. And if you have any questions, then you can let me know and I'll be happy to answer them. Now, let's get started with doing some hands on work. I hope you have your Tableau platform ready in your system. So, just connect to sample superstore dataset. I'm creating a new workbook. I'm also connecting to sample superstore now. Okay, now my first objective is to create the easiest charts first. This is my process of working on a dashboard so that I can give more time to the comparatively difficult charts. Since this is a very basic dashboard that we are creating, all the charts are very straightforward. Especially the bar charts get auto created, so you don't have to do much. We'll create the bands later. It involves a few steps. Right now, let's create the bar chart. Now, to auto generate a bar chart, always remember that you bring in your measure first and then the dimension. So I bring in sales first and then category. So see, the bar chart has got auto created. I'll show you what happens if we take the fields otherwise uh, in the order. So I have got category first and then sales. So it gives me a table. I don't want that. So these small things, if you take care of, you'll be able to progress much faster in your development and designing process. I'll just delete this one. All right, now a few things we'll do here in this chart, um, because we'll copy paste this sheet so that we can create a subcategory by sales as well. Both the charts are almost similar, just there is a difference of the dimension. So I don't want to redo the things for both of these bar charts. So I'll do this in one bar chart, and when I copy paste the sheet, the details will follow. First and foremost thing which I always do after building my chart is, or bringing in some of the details into my visualization, is disabling the tooltips if they are not required. So here we don't require the tooltip because The details are pretty straightforward. The labels will show what is the sum of sales for a specific category. So I'll go to tooltip and disable it. Now I need to bring in the labels. So I'll just click on this button over here, and it will show me the sum of sales for each of these categories. Now let's sort this. Alright, now let's do some formatting. Um, Go to this header, then edit axis. I don't want to show this word sales because title will automatically show that we are talking about sales. So I'm disabling this, and let's disable the header over here as well. I don't want to show category. Again, my title will cover this detail. Now when we are talking about sales, it will always be in a currency format. There are multiple ways by which you can add a dollar sign before the numbers. So one of the ways is that you bring in sales on label as well, and you add it over here, and you do OK. So but the limitation of this method is that every time you have to use sales, you'll have to add dollar sign explicitly. If you know that you are going to use this measure only one time or maybe just a couple of times, then you can follow this method. Otherwise, when you always know that you're going to use this multiple times, and this metric should always show dollar sign prefix, then you go to the field over here, right click, and go to default properties, number format. Now I'll do the custom number format, remove the decimals, and let's show separator by 1000 and prefix it with the dollar sign. So whenever I'll use this field now, it will always have this number format property. Now let's also do the formatting on the axis. These labels look a little faded for me, so I'll just go here, right click, format, font, and let's change the color. So I've just picked up a darker shade, that's all. Let's do the same over here, right click, format. Remember the formatting of your font, which includes your font styling, font size, font color, for same elements should be consistent across your dashboard. So I've given the same styling and color shading for both the axis over here. Now I have to remove these lines. I need a blank space, blank background for my chart. So it happens over here, lines. You go here, and these are the grid lines. So go to rows and none. So I have a blank chart now. So now we'll add the colors at a later stage. I'm not doing colors right now. In real-time projects as well, I don't do colors in the first hand. When I bring the elements in my dashboard, then I do the color setting so that it's easier for me to compare and come up to a specific color palette for all the charts, which looks appealing, which gives a meaning to my dashboard. So we'll do the colors later. Now important thing another over here to notice that you give a relevant name to your sheet. Even if there are a few sheets in your dashboard, there should always be a relevant name to it. So I'm naming this category sales. Now we want to create a similar chart for subcategory. So I'll duplicate this. Subcategory sales. I just need to replace category with subcategory over here. I'll have to redo the sorting. Just done this, and I'll have to redo the formatting for this axis. Rest everything has followed along. See, the tooltips are disabled. There are no grid lines. The darkest shade was there for this axis. There is no header here or over there. So everything follows. Um, take some time, try to create these two charts, and I'll see you in my next video. Thank you. Bye.